Red Mountain is the beginning of everything for Birmingham. That's where all stories in Birmingham begin. Whether you're talking civil rights, you're talking mining, you're talking the reconstruction of the South after the Civil War. This mountain was used as a site to mine iron ore. It started with a guy on the north side of the mountain who was a neighbor to the mountain, who knew that there were these old abandoned mines and all the old structures that were up on the hill. And he did not want people to forget those stories. He had neighbors who had been miners. In his family, there had been people who had worked in the mines and worked for U.S. Steel or some of the other mining concerns. And he did not want that story forgotten. So he started taking school groups up. And it's just this incredible piece of property on top of the mountain that goes right through the city of Birmingham. And it was a great idea. So U.S. Steel, the Freshwater Land Trust, the Friends of Red Mountain Park, all came together. A steering committee was formed to move the idea forward. They decided that they wanted it to be a commission-run park so that they could work very effectively with the county and the city and the state governments. But the park needed to have some legal status as a state agency, so they created the legislation that did that. And then they moved the process forward and into the Three Parks Initiative. People all around town, foundations, corporations, gave money to purchase Red Mountain Park, to build Railroad Park, and then to redesign and assist Ruffner Mountain Nature Preserve. And that Three Park Initiative is what got phase one of this park built. It bought the property and it hired me, and then I started the work on the exploration of the site and then the design. So that's where it started. It started with a park neighbor, a gentleman named Irvin Battain, and Irvin later became a park commissioner. The way the mines, the railroads, and the roads and all those things were laid out were perfect for a trail system in the park, and it helps us. We created a very flexible plan so that as we needed to put in a building or something like that, we were able to make sure that our design did not impact a historic feature. For example, the village of Smythe I told you about, when I got here, there was a 22-acre lake that was going to inundate that. We found that village afterwards, and we moved our water feature. We moved our lake. We're going to look for a future site a few years down the road to build a great big huge swimming and diving lake. But we're not going to inundate that town. So yeah, it's changed things quite a bit, but I think it's been for the better. We want to honor the past here. We want to be able to imagine our future. We have all kinds of things that this park can address, not only by restoring a natural environment here, but by bringing together a place where everyone comes together to intermingle and play again, that looks back at our history and then gets everyone to look forward to our future. So history is just diffused everywhere. I believe very much that when you build a park in the community, you need to build the community into the park. Not only talk to oral history, people who can tell you the history of the mountain and working on the mountain, but you need to build people's energy into the park. You need to weave it into the fabric of their lives. So we have a volunteer coordinator here. We have our volunteer Friends of Red Mountain Park, but we also seek out organizations that want to come in and just get a little sweat equity. Our dog park was built with 750 volunteer hours. People, because we wanted to save the mature trees, so we'd have a shaded dog park. People pulled all the privet and the briars and the brambles and all that stuff out by hand, which protected the root masses and kept the trees healthy. I find as many ways as possible for people to emotionally attach themselves to this property. And I've done that in every park that I've ever worked in. People need to feel ownership of the land that they own. And the best way to do that is to get them to volunteer, to come out and build the park into their lives. So that's what I do. I build a park in the community. I build the community into the park. So yeah, we've changed the mountain. The mountain is going to change us. If you want to come and have fun and discover Birmingham and look at its past and look to its future, become part of this process and build yourself into it, this is the place to come.